Hey, what's going on, guys? It's phenomenal. So I've been promising some Nitro type videos for a while, and now I'm going to be actually doing some of those. So today I am going to be doing a garage review. So I tried to look around and try and find like some of the people with the best garages in Nitro type right now, and I think one of the best garages I found was, as you can see, my typing's really not the best. I saw 123. His garage, he is a Nitro type admin, and his garage, I'm pretty sure it has every single event car here. So, like, just from the first look at this thing has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He has 6 garages, which is pretty huge. I think there's only a few people who have 6 garages in the game. Like, I think there's like under 10 people who actually have 6 garages. That's pretty crazy right there. So, um, let's start off right here by looking at some of these top row, which I think these are all summer cars. So, and I'm really a fan of the summer cars. I think they all look really good. Specifically the 6.4 here and the 6.4 plus 3 are two of my favorite cars in the entire game. So right here we have the Hang 10. So the Hang 10 is trying to remember what year is that from. I think it's from 2016. Let me pull up the Nitro type week right here so we can kind of look back and see some information on these cars. So this is a really great way to, like, if you want to know anything about any car in this game, you can literally just go here, go to cars. Well, in this case, we're going to go to events. So we can kind of just scroll down, and then it shows the car for every event. So let's see here. So the Hang 10 was used in the 2013, 2014. Wow, was it really only just the 2013 and the 2014 event? That thing's really old. I thought that was used in the 2016 summer event, but I guess that one only had the floaties and then the 2 boats, and they brought back the 6.4 plus 3. That's actually very interesting because I never knew that. So that's the Hang 10. That's pretty cool. I really like the design on this because, like, if you look at, I think he has the 8-bit racer. So if you look at the 8-bit racer and then look at this, the front and the spoiler have the same kind of design, except they just put the surfboard for the body. I think that's pretty cool. And then we have the Hang 11 here. Pretty much the same thing. I think this is the variant. I think that was actually only out for 1 year, if I remember correctly. So, let's see. It was not out for the 2014 summer event. It was only out for the 2013 summer event. So this thing is really rare. So, that's the 2.0 design. The original one looks a lot cooler. They have the 3 little things coming out the side there with a fire. I think that looks pretty awesome. And then, of course, 2.0 has better shadows. Yeah, so let's see. How did you get it? So 700 races during the summer event with the summer car. That's pretty difficult actually. So there's probably not very many people that actually have that. Let's go to the next one here. We have the Hang 11. So this one's like just a surfboard, and then we have the little rockets on the side. So if we go here, let's see. The Hang 11, it does not look like it was released any year. It doesn't look like any of these surfboard cars were released any years besides 2013 and 2014, and 2014 only had the Hang 11. So if we go here and look, okay, this one's Hang 15. So the Hang 15 is a car that could be obtained by completing the barbecues between meals, which required 2,000 nitros during the 2013 summer event. So this might have actually been a little bit easier to get than this one was, because 700 races compared to 2,000 nitros. If you're the type of person that uses like I try to use 3 nitros every race when we're doing events so I can get these, but like I think 700 races is more difficult than 2,000 nitros because if I did the math, if we're going to use 3 nitros a race, like, let's see. Let me pull out my... Where's my calculator? Okay, so we have 700 races times 3 nitros each. That's 2,100 nitros if you did 3 per race. So this would actually, I'm pretty sure, be less races than this would be. This one actually requires a little bit more races, like maybe probably 75-ish more, so that's pretty cool. So next thing we have here is we have the Summer Classic series. So we have the Summer Classic, of course. I really like that one. I like using that one a lot. The 41 Woody Deluxe. I do not actually have this because I did not do my 351 session during the last summer event because at the time I was not doing a ton of Nitro types, so I kind of just tried to go for the bare minimum. So I was not able to get this, but Asa definitely has it. He probably actually had it from, let's see, I gotta try and remember what year this came out in. So this was, yeah, this was the 2014 summer event. He probably had it from the 2014 summer event. So that one's pretty cool. I like the little spoiler in the front, or the, what did I say, spoiler? No, can't remember what this thing's called. I really should be able to, but I can't. So yeah, I like the flames here. The flames look nice. I like this thing. Can't remember the name of it. The surfboard design I think is one of the coolest things about this because it's like if you look at this little part right here, it's kind of got like a beach thing and like maybe like a little island and it's got a palm tree, but it's like, I mean, he has it painted purple. I think it's, let's see what the original colors look like on it. Yeah, the original colors are red. I think this one, this design on it looks really nice. Like a pink and then it fades into orange. You kind of got like a little ocean thing right there. I think that looks really sick. Let's see. We have the 41 Woody Sunshine. I don't think he painted this because I think this is the original paint job he has on it. Let's see here. Here we go. Yeah, he has the original paint job on this because for whatever reason that's just the way he had it. So this one has like just like this one. It's got the flames. It's got this. Except we have a slightly different surfboard design up here. We have a like a sun type thing. Kind of looks like an egg yolk. I don't know why I thought that, but it kind of looks like an egg yolk. It's supposed to be a sun, but yeah, that one's pretty cool. Now this one, this is like one of my all-time favorite cars in Nitro Type probably ever. This is the 68 Road Tripper. This is basically like it's like one of the old Volkswagen vans, and I really like that they added this, but especially as they added it with a surfboard on top, that just makes it like 50 times cooler. So it looks here kind of like they reused some of the design on this surfboard on this car, so that's pretty cool. We haven't even gotten through the first like 10 cars. We've been recording for 8 minutes. Okay, I'm gonna try and speed things up here just so I don't take forever. So we've got that one. I really like that. And then we have the next super famous summer car that I really love, the Hammer Wheels. So the thing that's so iconic about the Hammer Wheels is that it's literally a car that is a shark. Like, it doesn't get much cooler than that. It's like a shark. It's like, looks like kind of dirty. It's got like some scratches on it, and it's got like the flames coming out of the back and the little exhaust pipes here. I think, I don't know, these little pipes here. It's kind of hard to tell what they are, but they look kind of like secondary exhaust pipes, I guess. So yeah, I think that car looks really cool. I really like the look of that one. That one's actually probably one of the most sought after cars in the game, if not the most sought after car in the game, before the Shadow Tree was added back in the Christmas event this year. Let's see, then we have the Sun Buggy. The Sun Buggy is cool because it's like the only dune buggy in the game. It's very rare. It's from, let's see here, I keep having to look back because the years and things, I'm not good at remembering that. This one's from the 2014 summer event, and it came back in the 2015 summer event too, I guess. So yeah, that's probably why not very many people have it, is because it's 2014, 2015. That's like the period when a lot of the older veterans are like from end of 2015 or like end of 2014. So a lot of them don't have this, but some people do. That's why it's a nice car. Is one, because it's pretty good looking and it's hard to find. Next one we have here is the Floaty Blue. So I always thought this one looked kind of weird because when you look out in the garage, this little black part of the cap here is not really visible, so it just looks like there's like this weird curved up part here where it goes like that, kind of like this type of shape. I always thought that could look kind of weird, and then like a few days ago I noticed that there's actually just like a cap. It's just the coloring's a little bit weird. So this one's really cool because it literally is just like, I don't even know what to call it. It's like, looks like a water bottle almost. It's like a water bottle, and it's got like these two things on the side. I don't even know what those are. I think those are just for looks. This one is from, let's see here. So this one's a later one. This one's first came out in the 2016 summer event. I still did not see a lot of people with it because for whatever reason, I think most people don't play a ton in the summer, or at least most people didn't until like 2017 and 2018 time period. Then we have the next one. I really like this one. So this one's like not a water ball. This one's blue. This one's red. So this one, like, you can distinctly see it says hot sauce one. It's got flames on it. It's got foot pads are kind of weird. I don't really know what those are supposed to be. It's got the same little side thing. It's got a different cap. But overall, that one looks really nice. And then we have my all-time two favorite cars, the 6.4. So the 6.4 is kind of here, let's look it up here. So I know what year this came out. This was 2015, I think. These both came out. Yeah, 2015. These both came out. It actually mimics this car. I think it's called a 6.4 Impala. Let's just see images here. So it's kind of like a lowrider type car. I really used to have like a thing for lowriders. They were like some of my favorite types of cars, and like all these old cars from like the 60s and stuff, but like lowered. I really used to like those. So that's why I really like this car, is because it's like the only lowrider type car in Nitro type. It's got the cool little palm tree sun design on the front, which I really like. It's got 4 seats, and it's a convertible too, which is pretty awesome. And then this one, I wish I had this one. This one's got, so it's like the same type of design except it's blue. It's got flames on the sides. It's got like this, looks like a diamond plated like back wheel on the back. It's got 4 people on it. I think this is the first ever car in Nitro type to have more than one person in it. I think I heard that somewhere, probably on the wiki. But yeah, it's just a really nice looking car. And then we move over here to the boat. So the boat here came along with the yacht, I think, also in 2015. That was the group of cars for no, this wasn't 2015. This must have been later. This was 2016. Yeah, this was 2016 when they added the floaties and the boat and the yacht. So the boat, I mean, I don't know what else there is to say about it besides it's a boat. It's a pretty good looking boat. I'm pretty sure this one was really hard to get. Like, yeah, 300 times in a session during 2016 and 2017. And I think the reason a lot of people don't have this is because, like, back 2016, like maybe more people have it probably because of 2017, but back in like 2016, I don't think there were tons and tons of people that were just going out there like, hey, I'm gonna do a 300 race session. Like, since 2016, people have become like a lot more active and doing a lot longer of sessions and races. So that's why you don't see the boat a ton. And then the yacht, of course, that was available in the dealership last year. I'm just gonna be kind of blunt when I say this. I don't think it's the best looking because it's like really skinny. It doesn't fit in the garage with a ton of other cars. Like, not even with the boat as much, honestly. But yeah, besides that, I mean, it's pretty okay. It's got like this wood finish type here, which I actually kind of like the wood finish, and you can see little seats here, which is kind of cool. But I think it's just a little bit weird because it's so long. Like, maybe if it was a little bit more stubby like this one, it might have been a little bit nicer. But yeah, that's kind of my opinion on the boat. So now we move on to the Strykist 1300, 1300. I don't know. I don't know what to call that. So this one was, got to try and look here because I was really only around for this time. Like, anything past the 2017 Halowampus, that's when I was around, and that's when I was more active. So I don't know a ton of stuff about anything past that, so I kind of gotta have a reference here. Let's see here. What do we got? So why can I not find it? Okay, these were from I think 2016, if I remember correctly. No, 2017. These were from 2017. So 2017 was more bland, I think, because they like the boat was already released last year, and then they only released the Range Runner and the two motorcycles, which I think they could have released a variant of the Range Runner, and I think that would look pretty sick. But they actually only had 3 new cars that year, which was a bit sad. Um, so these were I don't think these were super hard to get. I've seen a pretty decent amount of people with these. 400 races with the summer car. That's pretty difficult, actually. Um, yeah, that's a pretty difficult car to get. And then we have the Strykist. Oh, I can't speak. I keep thinking it's called the Skykist, but it's the Strykist. Okay, the Strykist. Oh, I'm not even gonna try and pronounce that. It's just too hard. It's the XTLR. Um, let's go here. See. How did you get this one? So this one was 500 Nitro. This one was actually easier. Wow, that's weird. So this simpler version was actually easier to get. I never knew that. So 400 races as opposed to 500 Nitros. 500 Nitros would take, like, if you don't use 2 every race, like 500 races. Or if you don't use 3 every race, it would probably take like 500 or 200 races. So 400 races to 200 races that's a pretty big difference. This was actually harder to get. I never knew that. So I feel like maybe they did it like that on accident, but I mean I think they did that on purpose because I mean they would have known if they would have done it the wrong way and might have changed it. So that's kind of unusual. I mean it's a cool concept, but it's not expected, I guess. So we've seen those. The Range Runner, of course. Like now there's a lot of things I like about this car and a lot of things I don't like. So um I just think it looks kind of bulky and a little bit weird. I mean, I don't know if that's just me. I think a lot of people actually like this car, but I think it looks kind of weird and bulky. I don't know why. That's just how I see it. I do like the blue and white color scheme. The blue and white color scheme is pretty nice. I do like the seats. The seats are pretty cool. So that's it for those. Now we move up to more recent times, which was the summer event from 2018, the 2018 Surf and Turf. That's when they changed the name. So this I think was the most packed one to date. So the Summer Classic, they had these two, and they had the Golden Breeze. Golden Breeze. And then they had the 6.4 released again, that was pretty epic in my opinion. They had the Yacht, I got that. And then this was, I think, the only one I didn't get besides this one because I was just not playing enough to try and go for that. So the Easy Breezy, this is like the normal concept. It looks pretty nice. It's what is this type of boat called? Why can I not remember? Yeah, it's like one of the hover boats. It's like one of the boats that can go on like thin water or water with grass. I can't remember the name of like the specific type of boat it is. Is it just like a hover boat? I don't remember. Anyway, move on to the next one here. So this one, I don't think a lot of people say this, but I think the nose on this one is not as defined as the nose on this one because you see this piece goes like directly out. On here it just goes, it's kind of more rounded. So I don't think a lot of people notice that, but that's something I noticed. And then of course the design on this one is pretty sick. It's red. You got like some blue stripe kind of things here, like arrows kind of. You've got 2 little turbines in the back, and you've got these rocket things. They look like I don't know. I'm just gonna call them rocket things. I don't know what else to call them. Those look pretty sick in my opinion. Let's move on to the Golden Breeze here. So the Golden Breeze is pretty similar, I think, to this one, except so you got like kind of like a cage around here. You got like some fancy certified gold, like some lettering. The color scheme is really nice. I think that's it for the hover jets, and then we got the matchboxes. I guess matchboxes is how you would say it. These are pretty nice. They're nice little small cars. Like so, like if you're a fan of the ATV, the all-terrain vehicle here. This is something I think that would be more appealing to you, because they're smaller cars, but they're like go-karts, which I like the concept of having a go-kart, but in my opinion they're a bit small. And then this one, I think most people can agree that this one just looks pretty terrible. It just looks terrible. I don't know what else to say about it. It just looks really bad. Um, Moving on to the back to school events. Let's see here. Let's go back to this. I don't really think I even need to say much because I know a decent bit about this. So the bus they had was first released for like 10,000. It was the main back to school car. It's got this cool engine on the front, and I'm kind of glad they didn't just like, because I kind of thought if they were gonna do a bus, they would try to make like nothing super fancy on here, just a normal school bus, and make all the fancy stuff on the other version of it, because like most cars have like this one, and then this one has 3. So I thought they would leave out this engine and only put it on the more upgraded version, but they actually did put the engine on there. So I was pretty happy about that actually, because that looks pretty sick. I did not end up buying this, and I should have, but of course I was not playing a ton of Nitro Type during back to school event, so I did not get a ton of these cars. So yeah, that one looks pretty sick. It's got like this thing back here. It says Nitro Type on it. I really like that thing. It's got these little exhaust pipes here. I think that's what they are. I'm pretty sure. Those look pretty sick. And this little piece here, I read in the wiki, is actually copied from the, let's see, the macro. So if you look at the macro here, this little piece is the exact same on the school bus. It's basically the same thing. So I thought that was a cool little piece of history, I guess. We have the underachiever and the overachiever. These both look pretty sick. They're just like normal kind of sports cars, I guess. I don't know what else to say about them. This one. So it's got like the pencils on it going back to the window. It's got the crayons on there. I really like that, and it's got the little autographs on it. I don't exactly know how I feel about that. I'm still kind of undecided on that. I think it looks okay. I think it would look better without the little autographs on it, but it's still a pretty good looking car. I like it. The AU-79. This thing is pretty sick. So this car's more kind of like a concept car, I guess you'd say almost. Like the design is like not a normal car you'd see. Like it's pretty intense. So it's got like this carbon fiber kind of spoiler, and it looks kind of like this thing's holding up the spoiler, which is kind of cool. And then it's just got like all these like weird lines and craziness happening. I personally don't like it as much because there's like so many lines and things happening, but I mean it's still a pretty sick, like exotic looking car besides that. So yeah, that's it for I think back to school. Then we have the pack event here. The pack event, I was active during the pack event. The pack event was epic. So if you don't know, that's when Nitro Type partnered with this Australian racing team called Pack Performance, and they released a special one-time only event, which I'm definitely a fan of one-time only events. So they released the Rocky Roo here, which I got, and they also released the Nitro Pack, which I got. So these cars, just this by itself, I think is a pretty sick looking car. It's got like the little the drag things back there. Like I don't know exactly what those things do. I think they have little wheels on them to like when the car like goes up in the beginning, that catches on the wheel so it doesn't like flip or do anything crazy. And this one is, I think, based off a McLaren. I'm pretty sure. I don't 100% remember. But it's got like the little pack logo there. It's a nice, sporty looking car. I think it's very well done. It's nice looking. It's a good car. So yeah, I think that's it for those. Let's see. The Christmas cars. This is where it gets real exciting. I'm gonna try and keep this brief because this video is gonna be very, very long. I've already been recording for 24 minutes, and we've just now finished the top row here. So I'm not gonna be going over any of these because they're just our normal cars here, like the Zonde, cool. You got some cool stuff. These are just dealership stuff and achievement stuff. So I'm not going to go over those a ton. I'm really just going over the event cars here. So the X-Max Tree Racer, one of my all-time favorites. I don't know why, it just looks so good. It's like the perfect car. It just has everything. It's a Christmas tree, but it's a race car, and it's got the fender and the spoiler in the front and the stars on the front. It looks really cool. I just The colors, the painting for this too, like every paint job you can put on this looks amazing. Like no matter how you paint it, it just looks great. That's why I like that one. And then we have the Shadow, of course, which I got from the most recent Christmas event. Basically a black version of this car. It's just like pure black. That's all it is. Santa's buggy here is pretty nice looking. It's basically these two are almost the same. I don't really don't actually see a ton of difference here. They really are just the same thing, except you can with different colors, I guess. Like this one has the gold and then another color, but this one's really just mostly the gold, and you can change it. Um, not much more to say about those. They're nice looking cars. Then you got the Wreath Racer and the Dark Elf, which I have the Dark Elf and not the Wreath Racer. So this one is like, see, a lot of these are really just the same thing with different color schemes. This one's like black with colors on it, and then this one's multicolored. So you have like this color, and this color. You can choose any of those. And then we have the Rocket Sleigh. This is just your go-to Christmas car, the $10,000 one you buy from the dealership. It's cheap, it's nice looking, it's festive, all that stuff. And then this one is the Party Sleigh. My opinion, it's too colorful. Most people, I think, like it pretty well, but I just think it's a little bit too colorful. But I mean, it is a pretty sick neon car. I don't think we have a ton of other like cars with like actual real neon like this one, so that makes it unique. And it's also pretty rare because I don't think there's even a ton of people who have it, even though it was released for the 2017 Christmas event. If we look here, it was released for the 2017 Christmas event, but I don't think that many people really even have it actually, because you had to get 500 races during the event to get it. So I don't think a ton of people actually tried to go for it, surprisingly. We have Buddy's snowmobile here. This one looks pretty sick. It's a snowmobile, and it's got Buddy from the movie Elf from the looks of it on it. Of course, can't really use that because it's kind of copyrighted, I guess you could say. So it's just an elf. You can't really see Buddy on it, but similar outfit and everything. You got like the ski kind of things in the front. You got like the tread in the back. I think it looks pretty sick. And then we have the Snowmo Rocket, which is like, it's like a snowmobile, but it literally has rockets. It's like 3 rockets, 2 small ones and 1 big one. This one was available this year. I thought it was pretty sick. They have last year's. I keep saying last year. It was really 2 years ago, I guess you could say, but this was 2 year this was released 2 years ago, and then I think it had been made available previously during, let's see, so it was out during the 2017, and then before that it came out during the 2014 event. So I really like they really re-released it because it's Santa like holding onto a rocket. Like it kind of looks like the rocket's taking off if you like put it at an upward angle. So he's just like hanging on there. I think that looks pretty sick. Then we have the same thing, but we have the XL version. This one's got like all these kind of little knob things happening here. I don't know what else to say about it. It's got like, I don't think this one actually has the little rockets right here on the tips here, and this one has little rockets off here. So it's got like these things coming up. I guess these look like it goes behind the wing here, and then this is like one rocket, I guess. So that looks pretty sick. And then we have the Kringle 5000. It's an odd car, but it just looks really good in my opinion. Like I think this car's kind of, you love it or you hate it, and I think I love it. I don't know why. It's just, it's like it's an older car. It's pretty decently rare. I don't know why. It just, I mean, it's kind of odd, but I like it. There's just something I like about it. And this one's even better actually because it's got the Christmas lights and it's got some presents in the back. So I think that's pretty sick. And then these ones are a little bit separated here in Asa's garage. So the Raptor Racer, which I don't see there's a ton super likable about this. It's literally just a car that's a Christmas present. And then it's got like a little tag on it. I don't know what else to say about it, I guess. And then we have this one. This one's a lot cooler. It's got fancy wrapping paper. It's got lights. And it's got like, what is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of these exhaust pipes in the back, which I think actually looks pretty sick. It's not really the traditional thing. It looks a bit weird, but I still think it's kind of cool. I don't know why. It's also another one that would be pretty similar to the ATV actually, so that's kind of cool. Then we have the 3 trains here, the X-Max Express. So you have the original. This one's pretty hard to find. This was from, let's see here. I'm gonna scroll through. This one. Okay, so this one came out during the 2016 event. This one was 125, just like every Christmas. I think they usually have a 125 car, 500 car, and then they have a gold car, or at least they've been doing that for the last couple of years, I guess. They have this one, and they have these other 2 right here. So you have the normal one, you've got the fancy version, which I think this one looks really sick. I don't know, all the snow just coming off of it, the added detail, like there's so much detail on it. I think that's why it's such a good looking car, is because there's so much detail. I think that one looks really nice. The Gilded Express here, so this one's the gold version. I don't know what else to say about it besides it just looks really sick. It's a gold car. You got like, almost looks like the stuff you'd find in a pirate chest, like back here, like all this gold and jewelry, I guess, and fancy stuff. So that looks pretty cool. Then we have the Lamborghinis. So this one I have. It's got the Christmas lights on it. It looks really sick. It's a good looking car. I definitely think it looks really good. It's just like got Christmas lights on. It's got a little bit of snow here. It's not very visible, but it's there. Then you have the LTC, which is literally like this one. I don't know why. It just looks so good. It's literally a candy cane pattern with a green bow on it. I don't know why. It just looks really nice. It's another one of my favorite cars in the game. I don't know why I like it so much. It's just a good looking car. And then we have the Gingerbread Racer. So this one looks eh. I'm just gonna leave it at that. It looks kind of eh. This one's from the 2017 Christmas event. The H&T looks a lot better. It looks like more polished, more finished, more clean. It's got like chocolate. It's got like this little, probably like an edible rose type thing, and they got like an engine up here. The engine looks pretty cool. So that looks nice. And then we have the mistletoe. Man, this is gonna be a long video. This is gonna be really long. The mistletoe. A lot of people don't like these because, I mean, I don't think really anybody really likes this one because just that's ugly. I don't like it at all. I like this one though. This one I think looks pretty nice. These are also from 2017. And then we have the 2018 ones. These are the sweater wrap cars. So I was a little bit disappointed because these, of course, they're both the backstock Suprilla, I think. They're both just reskins of that for 2 years in a row, which was a little bit frustrating in my opinion. But they still look pretty nice. Decent car. Nothing super wrong with it. I like this one because it's got the Christmas lights on it. It's got a different sweater pattern. They have the Gold Ray. The Gold Ray is just a sick car. It's literally like the Manta Ray with skis on it. Some people like it because it's a nice looking car. It's kind of like a similar thing to the 40,000 race car, which is the Manta Ray. And some people hate it because it's making more, I guess, harder to get cars, more easy to access for people who have not been doing as many races, I guess. I guess some people don't like it because of that. And then we have, this is a admin exclusive car he has. So the only people that have this are the admins of Nitro Type, the moderators of Nitro Type, and Dvorak, because he made the Nitro Type Christmas song. And it's basically a rough sketch of the Gold Ray that that was made by, I can't remember, was it Vision or Travis? I can't remember who exactly made it, but it's basically a rough sketch called Can Have Anti Gold Plix. So yeah, it's it's a pretty stupid looking car, but it's pretty funny though. Actually, it's pretty funny. Then we've got the Raptor, which is the truck with the Christmas tree in the back. It's nice looking. It's the same sweater design. It's got a Christmas tree in the back. Thing I don't understand still are what these little pieces of white stuff in here are. I can never figure that out, and I still to this day have not figured it out. Then you have this one that's got a Christmas tree and a bow and presents. It's got like, this is a cool thing I kind of think. A lot of people like put like little reindeer noses and antlers on their car just to make it like more holiday themed, and they actually put that on a Nitro type car, so I thought that was pretty sick. So that's it for those. And then we have the trilogy. There's been like one every year for the last like 3 years, I think. There's been just like a trilogy of Dark Knight reskins that are Christmas themed, and I've liked all of them. I think they all look really sick. I think that you can continue that pattern, I guess, of reskinning the Dark Knight, because it just looks great. I mean, all of these look really good. I mean, the Silent Night is a little bit kind of hit or miss, but they all still look pretty good. The only one I have, or I actually have both of these two. I think this one looks way better though. All these cars are kind of things people really like or they don't like at all, and I think everybody just can agree that this one looks really sick. That's kind of it for those ones. So, well, actually, I have one more little fact here. So, this one was from 2018. This one was from 2017, and I'm pretty sure this one was from 2016. So now you kind of know more about those. Then we have Garbage, Garbage 2.0, and Garbage. This one actually looks pretty nice. I really like this one actually. It's like the Mac Daddy, but it's got an egg. This is the only place I think the egg kind of theme really worked, is on this car, and it's got like the little Easter basket in the back, and it's got like bunny ears on the front. This one looks good. None of these look good. They all look like trash. I don't like any of them. I think everybody can agree on that. It's like probably one of the most hated cars in Nitro type are the egg seeds type cars, and they also have a lot of bad egg puns, so it makes it worse. Then we have another one of my personal favorites, the Pumpkin Hauler. So this was the first ever event car. No, it wasn't. Yeah, the first Christmas event was the first event, and then the summer event, and then this was the first Halloween event. So this was the first ever Halloween event car. It was the only Halloween car that was used for actually a couple of years. It's got a spider web on the front. It says 31 on the top. It's got a pumpkin in the back. It looks, I don't know why, it just looks really sick. It's a really nice looking car. I actually wish I had this one. But yeah, I don't know what else to say about it besides that. It's just a really nice looking car. The Candy Hauler, which is, it's got like a super Halloween theme up here. It's got like the moon and like the bats and the spider webs and the kind of like fall kind of finish, I guess you want. And it's got like a jack-o'-lantern up here for the top part of the car, which looks really sick. And it's got like a candy basket back here, so nothing to complain about there. Nitro Lantern, the standard pumpkin car. So this like event is kind of different because there's no actual $10,000 car you could buy. You kind of have to buy an expensive one like this one to participate. So this one's like 500,000, I think, usually. So it's a lot more pricey of an event. And then we have Nitro the Wisp. So this one is basically the same thing as the other one, and then it's got like two little pumpkins in the front and one in the back. It's kind of a reskin type thing, I guess, but I don't see that there's much to complain about it. It still looks pretty sick either way. Then we have the good old Track-o'-lantern, another one of my favorites. So I don't think I've ever realized this, but this is supposed to be a coffin, isn't it? Yeah, this is literally supposed to be like a coffin. So it's like a car with a coffin. It's got like Halloween design. It's got the pumpkin, and then it's got pumpkins for wheels. Like, the fact that I just realized that's a coffin, that's like the base of the car, just makes it even sicker. I thought it was just like an old, more like type of old car. Like, I thought it was like a copy of the, where is it? The Caterham Racer. Or Caterham. Caterham? I don't know. I thought it was just kind of a copy of that, but I guess it's like its own thing. That's really cool, actually. So I don't know how I never figured that out, but yeah, that's like a really sick looking car, and yeah, that's it for those. So we're down to like the last little bit here. These are just kind of dealership cars and mystery box cars, all that stuff. So like, he's got his Sherman, he's got his plane. This is another admin exclusive. It's literally just the Nitro type gold symbol, but it's a car. Weird flex, but okay. And then we have the 8-bit racer. One of the sickest cars, one of the most sought after cars. It's literally 8-bit car. It's literally just like, I don't know how much more you could say it's the standard Nitro type car. It's got, like, besides the fact it's an 8-bit car, it's got the nice little spoiler. It's got the normal fender. It's got like an F1 car base. It's got like the normal wheelbase, and it's the 8-bit racer. I mean, it was a hard to get car. You had to, let's see, 25 times 20 actually, 25 times 20. So you had to invite 25 friends and get them to do 20 races each to get this car, which means you had to do a grand total of 500 races to get that car. So you had to make 25 different accounts and then do 20 races on each. So that was like a pretty difficult task. Some people I think invited their friends actually, but I don't think there's a single person who actually invited 25 people and got them to play the game to get that car. Then we have the hot dog mobile. So this was you got this car for inviting 5 friends, I think. We have 5 friends to get that car. It's very hard to find. It's a very sought after car. It was actually, these were both made before 2.0 came out, so like that's why they're very sought after and hard to get. I think that's gonna do it actually. I guess we could say the pizza car is actually kind of a nice fit to go with the hot dog mobile because they're both food cars. Yeah, I think that's gonna be pretty much it for this video. So if you enjoyed, please share the video, leave a like, subscribe. All those things help me out, and I can make more videos because of that. So yeah, that's pretty much gonna be it for this one. Thank you SR for having such a filled garage, and see you guys in the next one.